Hello once again, this is, of course, Kroll Center with Champions Online. I would hope by this many videos in, you've gotten used to me saying this. Probably have. Alright, also, enemies standing in those clouds can become visible as well. Which is annoying. Oh, I didn't even get off a single charge shot on that guy. Yay! Means my pets are doing their job. You know what? Uh-oh. It's one of those missions. Hey, help, I just saw some things sneak into that warehouse over there, and I think they're up to no good. Could you check it out? You know what? No. I'm sorry, those are the missions they give you automatically. I'm going to skip out on those. I've been thinking about it because there's an endless number of them, literally. You just go around and save people, and it'll happen a lot. Okay, so I'm going to have to try to figure this one out. I have an idea I'd like to try out here. These guys out. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do real quick. You get to see this real quick. You go to keybinds. This is where you can change things, like where I set my mouse toggle look instead of enable mouse look, because it just worked better for me. You can set your powers up, how you want them to be, that kind of thing. I've skipped a little bit of it. I'm going to check and see if there's anything actually set. Okay, so targeting teammates. And your build options are where this is going to come in. So I'm going to see if I can just clear these out, because I don't really use it. So targeting yourself should be the F1, I'm guessing. But I don't use those, so that's something I don't need. Why is it not clearing it? That's not good. Anyways, I don't always use all these modes, so let me just double check. Target nearest friend, target enemy, blah 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 blah. It's kind of strange, because I don't see the target self one. Maybe you can't target yourself? Maybe they removed that, I don't remember. Alright, anyways, thing is, rather than having these things on the control, which actually takes a little bit of extra effort, I'm going to swap them directly over. Now, hopefully that's done something to these. Yes, it has. It's starting to remove those, clear those out now. And let's make those ones the later ones. And then these ones will come up more often. Why? Because unless I'm mistaken, the first 4 are always your basic pet commands. And it's after that that you start having some problems. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead. Now I can just hit F1 and turn these guys into a death machine. Yay! Go death machines! Unfortunately, I have never so far found anything that really matches up at all with the way Steve Heroes did their Mastermind. I wish there was a way to get that back. But let someone at least try it. Let's, like, for example, let's see. Well, I know Warframe has the Necros. They have a list of the last 20 enemies they've killed. Is where, and they have to have actually killed enemies for this to work. Then they have something they'll summon up 7 guys from that list, going for the strongest ones first. That removes them from the list, by the way, so you do have to keep that in mind. But that being said, after they summon them up, they basically have their health slowly drop down. So they have 7 pets chosen from those who've killed, sort of a necromancer type thing. And that's what you see in a lot of these for those who have lots of pets. Speaking of which, I don't think the pets were close enough to do any damage. Darn. Come on. Oh yeah, if you're taking damage over time, you can't actually interact with objects until it wears off. Anyways. So that being said, like Diablo 2 Necromancer is a great example of a common pet type that's got more than multiple pets. You would basically go in there with your whatever I think you had like skeleton mages, and revived. Revived had to be guys that are killed, but their corpses are still available, and they are basically stronger versions usually. Once gets you ranked up a little bit at least of whatever you just defeated, and then the skeletons just basically died at the blink of an eye. I mean, a drop of a hat. Yeah, brain's mixing things. Anyways, and then you also had a golem. You had a few different types to choose from. Different people chose different things. Iron golems had the ability to take some extra bonuses from magical gear. Blood golems could give you a little bit of lifelink type thing, where as they do damage, it'll heal you type thing. Yeah, it was good. And, you know, that was another method, you might say. But the Necromancer basically nuked the crud out of things, too. Bone Spear is a very common version of that. Though they've changed it over time. Bone Spear, Bone Spirit for single target, and I think another one was Poison Noho was a big one that got used a lot, or Corpse Explosion, where you could just start chain reactioning one death after another. That's pretty commonplace to see something like that. And the Revived, I believe, did die after a certain amount of time, and likewise, the mages didn't, but they weren't as strong, and nearly as strong as skeleton mages. The Golem was fine, though. No thank you. Don't need more and more quests. In some areas you can get quests fast and you can use them up. Not careful. Alright. Anyways, so that's a pretty common thing. And they could curse enemies at least. But there wasn't a whole lot of options in there. Now, on the other hand, we've got another common setup, would be, in MMOs especially, you'll see this one a lot, where you effectively have one guy that you summon. Like, for example, EverQuest had the Necromancer, or Warlock for the World of Warcraft game, since those are considered infamous. But there's a lot of things like that, where you'd have one pet. They weren't that tough, but they did some extra damage and had some extra effects sometimes, and it was something. You know, it was just a little something extra. But you can also combine in some various things, where you got like damage over time, fear effects, direct damage, lifesteal, which is kind of a cool set of abilities, but, you know, only so much you could do. And I think EverQuest had the Mage, which was more direct nuking, but, you know, same basic idea. And yeah, we're just going around collecting these boxes for this mission. It gets repetitive to me on this mission just because of how many boxes you're getting. It's just really 5 of each, which isn't that bad, but it just feels a lot worse than it actually is. So, you know, it's just, you know, like I'm zoning out here as I'm defeating wave after wave of enemies. Anyways, so that being said, then you have games like, well, there's also some other things, like, for example, there's games that'll have some sort of, like, you set up some sort of stationary thing. Like, you might have some sort of auto turret you can set up, like the Engineer in Team Fortress 2 has, you know, something to be able to repair, or to, like, heal people, that thing. You can get a teleporter up, get the ammunition. It was nice. I'm not sure if they actually had healing, come to think of it. I know that you could repair your bots with your ammunition. But anyways, they had some things like that available. But realistically, you didn't really have pets in the traditional sense. You know, get up and move around and actually fight for you. Alright, so then comes the mastermind in the City of Heroes game. You have 3 pets, 3 tiers of pets. You have 3 of the basic ones, so they kind of fill in a lot. There's only 6 total, which is actually useful because it keeps it from ever feeling like you're getting swarmed by this stuff. Alright, good. We can make some solid progress here. Oh, by the way, there's a couple of things you're going to want to note around here. One of them is right over here. I'm going to clear these guys out so we can get this done. By the way, even though this is a charge-up attack these guys use, you may want to consider not bothering to block it, because there's so many of these guys and it does so little damage. Just a note. Usually you'd block charge-up attacks. It's just they don't do much. Alright, Area 51, and this is lore. We have compiled a thorough analysis of Viper research on the extraterrestrial Kular. Our research at Area 51 in the southwestern desert has yielded some particularly fascinating results, and we are sharing the results of Kular autopsies with our biogenetics divisions worldwide. We estimate we can replicate the Kular cartilaginous exoskeleton and carapaces to create improved Red Dragon body armor within 5 years, though our efforts to incorporate molecular biotechnology has yet to produce satisfying results. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen complications in Slither Beach, our Monster Island Viper facility will be unable to deliver the first clutch of genetically engineered giant monsters as scheduled. We've concluded this is largely the fault of superheroic interference and recommend that Nest leader Tadataka Yamamoto be given a 6-month extension to get back on schedule or face summary execution. Yeah, such nice guys. But yeah, that was one of the things you wanted to note around here, is that it's hidden on the ground. I think there might be something like that elsewhere. It'll glow a little bit, that's one of the things. This is where you actually... Oh yeah, here's the other one. Viper Handbook, Part 3. From the Viper Agent's Handbook, Viper, Coils of the Serpent, Chapter 4. Nests of the Viper. Beneath our undisputed leader, the Supreme Serpent, is the Council of 30, descendants of the members of the Unholy Order, who opened their minds to the word of the Great Serpent Nama with the help of the Serpent Lantern. The Council of 30 oversees the 4 divisions of Viper: political, financial, technical, and criminal. The next levels in our hierarchy are the local manifestations of Viper and power, its nests. As a fledgling Viper agent, you will be assigned to a nest. Serve your nest, leader loyally and effectively, and your rewards are sure to be rewarded. Or efforts are sure to be rewarded. Oh, yeah. Or you could face summary execution, because, superheroes messed you up. Alright, so this part, what we have to do in the quest is just create an antidote. Boom. Alright. So, now that we got that done, you go up to these guys out here. These weird-looking scientist guys have been affected. What are you doing? What? How did you manage to mess up the commands that bad, game? I pressed Control 2. That was not Control 2. That was attacking a random person. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off that thing in case that's part of it. Yeah, you should just be able to Control 2. Yeah, it should have targeted these guys. I think what happened is it targeted them, and then immediately decided to take the attack, which was turned on at the time, and redirect it at the nearest person. I think that's what happened. Anyways, it gets annoying to me. So you only just use this on 5 of these guys. Short timer each time you use it, about 5 seconds it looks like. But going back to the Mastermind, so you had 3 of your basic guys that just kind of filled in for damage. You had 2 specialists, and then you also had a main tank type guy who also did the most damage. Unlike players who, need to be feeling useful. Oh, duh. These aren't scientists. No wonder I'm having so much trouble with using the ability on them. I'm on autopilot again, aren't I? Not paying attention. Okay, whatever. Alright, now we're done. Anyways, but you as the Mastermind did not actually engage in combat. You could, but your damage was absolutely abysmal. Just absolutely worthless. Really don't recommend using it. Oh yes, and your pets do have the ability to actually fly next to you. This is useful. That being said, so it was more of a support role to a team of pets. You're like your own team, and you're playing support. And you don't have that in any other game that I've seen. It's kind of too bad. This is definitely not. Your pets are very, very weak comparatively. But that's okay. Different games do different things. I don't think I've seen another game make pets like this for anyone who happens to actually like this that much. There's got to be someone. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk to Socrates and turn in this mission. Biotechnical difficulties is the one we were just doing. That was a standard greeting, so... The scientists have reason to be extraordinarily grateful to you, Zyragos. According to my calculations, had they been allowed to continue to mutate, we could have had another Grand on our hands. Well, that was the whole thing that Viper was trying to do. Was to try to recreate Grand so they can make him into a weapon. They've got this thing where they're trying to basically make Grand into a weapon. That's the short version. But anyways, I don't want this video to go on too long. But I wanted to go ahead and turn these in anyways, because we've got a lot of them done, and it'd just be a good time to knock out some of these missions. Okay, let's keep on zooming around here. So this will be to my left coming up here. Looks like another block over... Yeah, it should be over here. Yep, there we go. Navigating with minimap. Sound greeting. Thank you so much, Cyragos. Quan and I are more like sisters and cousins, and nothing is more important to me than her happiness. Okay. See, Quan and I have a plan. We're going to help her and her beloved Anton Romero escape gang life and get married. I've written a letter outlining our plan, but since Anton is stuck in the middle of Maniac's territory, I can't get it to him. But you look tough enough to take on any maniac. Would you mind bringing Anton the letter? Just turn on my gut pads. You can find him hanging out. Oh, no, they killed him anyways. You can find him hanging out near the baseball court northeast of the docks in the Maniac's territory. This is an incredibly easy mission. Literally. It's just a go talk to him mission. And since we have travel powers in this game, you shouldn't have any problem with this, realistically. But anyways, let's go ahead and turn this one in instead. So yeah, you can see that on the mini-map there's a big red circle on there, and that's where you have to go. And it's just right in the center. There's nothing big. But you know, no, not every mission has to be going out and conquering major villains and all that, and taking them out with all their forces. But still. So, let's get this going. Ludwig is a Kular? No wonder the Black Aces were interested in alien technology all of a sudden. Well, I'm glad to hear that that bug and his dangerous tech is off the streets. Well done, Zaragos, well done. I'm not sure I want to know what happened to the previous leader. Anyways, intelligence. That's one we can use. Don't have the stat yet, we will. Now, what's this? Nighthawk render foe? Let's see, you've heard about Nighthawk on... Oh, right, yeah, he's this is the event. Doesn't matter. Millennium City's most wanted. We're finally getting this jailbreak under control, but I'm particularly worried about 3 violent felons. They seem to be working as neutral coordinators between the gangs and don't mind busting the heads of anyone, criminal or civilian alike, who gets in their way. We need to get them back behind bars before anyone gets hurt. Talk to Tony Madness. You can find him hanging out in Leo's bar. He might know where these guys are hiding. Here, use my Hollow Inducer to create a disguise so no one suspects you are a superhero. I bet you'll get information on the felons' whereabouts. Be careful, that place is a hangout for the biggest criminals and the toughest lowlifes. And you'll even be able to get a bag for this. Which you used to be able to, you could craft them, and then after that you could buy them, and not so much anymore. But, anyways, let's go ahead. A lot of lockboxes, let me just discard those. Probably don't even need to go over this much, but I should probably double check. And these... Right, treat bags. At least I won't be getting any more of those, so I can just open them. And one more. Poof. Get that done. Get these out of here. Don't take care about them. Let's go ahead and sort this in a minute. I probably should get this other done. See, presents. This is less overall. This is a direct increase. That's good. Wait a minute. The other one gives super stats. I believe... No? Yeah, thought so. That's in there. So I'm going to hold on to that a little longer then. That'll be better. Okay. Anything else of use? Intelligence is good, but still lower overall benefits. This one, you're swapping presence for intelligence, and you get a little bit of a defense boost. So it's slightly better. The bone whistle to serve someone like I to serve you. Little ghoul. Potentiality boots, not what I need. Scare visualizer targets anything alive except for yourself in destructible environments. Affects anything alive. Enables Halloween scare mode. Okay. A rock. I got a rock. That's nice. Apparently you can sell it for a decent amount. Let's see. Delicious Defender, hard candy. This gives the Defender boost. 10% bonus resistance to all damage. Might be able to use that. And I'll have to see what that does. It's probably useless. Alright. Is this the guy that... nope. Let me get around here. Here we go. Collections officer. That's what I was looking for. So we can get this done and then close it. Got the not quite so riveting part of the gameplay, unfortunately. But, you see, it's actually as good for pacing, so you're not always doing the fast-paced combat all the time. As if this game is fast-paced. But, it's something. Gives you a bit of pacing on the game. It's actually part of why it was put in these games and kept in when they're done right. Anyways, though, I think that's good enough, so I guess I will see you all next time. Whoops. I might want to actually turn off the recording before exiting the game. See you later.